We're gonna run the wheel today, but before that I wanna share with you what happened over the past 1 month. So I almost got the board running. The board was running absolutely fine on PWM with an Arduino Nano, and then all of a sudden one day the Nano decided to die while I was testing it. And so I tried to get to the root cause of the failure. I couldn't, so I got a new Nano, and same thing happened to that one as well. So I thought maybe the Nano is not powerful enough, so I went to an Arduino Mega. And then my VESC decided to do this thing where it just didn't accept PWM signals anymore. The weirdest problem I've ever seen in a VESC. And I tried to troubleshoot it. I tried to ask experts about it, but nobody knows how to solve that problem. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Then I said, well, you know what, let's just ditch PWM. Let's just go to ADC or UART. So I decided to do UART with an Arduino Nano. And as you might know, Arduino Nano doesn't have a dedicated port for serial transmission. So I ditched the Nano, I went to the Mega. I made a new proto board. Let me actually show you. Let's look at these boards that I've got here, and obviously they are from PCBWay. PCBWay is my favorite manufacturer. I've been getting PCBs from them for a long time, and you can see the quality for yourself. So this is a proto board that I made, and you can see things are everywhere, and I really don't recommend you guys go that route in case there is a short circuit somewhere. I mean, just look at that mess. And these are the version 2 Funwheel V20 of the nano boards that I made, and I was really happy. I thought it's gonna work, and as you can see, this is really advanced. It's got some signals for front light, for back light. It's got PWM signal and ground. It's got UART, so you can choose whichever you want to use. And then it's got these for the foot pad, and then it's got a 7 to 12 volt power supply that you can hook up to the Nano. Absolutely crazy. This thing should have worked flawlessly, but for some reason UART is really slow on the Nano, and that's when I decided I needed something with a dedicated hardware serial port, and that's when I ordered these things. Again, these are from PCBWay, and I forgot to mention that you can start prototyping your PCBs from $5 on PCBWay. You just have to go online and upload your Gerber files on the PCBWay.com website, and basically you'll get a quote for your PCBs and for shipping. It's as simple as that. Anyways, I made this shield for the Funwheel 3.0. So this is actually for a Mega. So if you look at the Arduino Mega, it's already quite big, so making a PCB where this sits on top just wouldn't make sense. So I made a shield. What the shield does is there's going to be pins here, and those are going to sit on top of the Mega and make it all look really neat. And then the MPU is going to sit on top. The UART connectors are going to come on top, and it's going to look really neat and nice. But for some reason, even the Megas started dying on me. I mean, they would work fine for a while on the OneWheel, but then all of a sudden they would just die. I thought it was a processing problem, so I got a Teensie, which was really expensive, but that also decided to die. And then I figured out I was doing something wrong in here. So I made this video because I wanted to also show you guys what's going on inside before I bolt these things down. Right now they're not bolted down. So let's take a look at the insides of the board. These are the foot pads. I've just connected one of the foot pads. And so the story ended up that I made a separate power supply. There is a buck converter here, and all of that I tried to make it work, didn't work. So now everything is simply just hooked up. This supply is not hooked up. This is an Arduino Pro Micro. You can see it here, and it's simply hooked up. This is going to the VESC, so 5-volt signal and ground. Sorry, the signal is for PPM. PWM is not hooked up because PWM is not working. So 5-volt and ground are connected to 5-volt and ground. This one goes, so the Pro Micro, the reason I chose the Pro Micro is that the Pro Micro has a dedicated UART port. So there's a transmit and a receive port here, and these goes to the receive and transmit of the VESC. So it's the opposite, and that's how you get UART on the VESC. It's really simple. So yeah, this is doing UART, this is going to the VESC, this is getting the power from the VESC, and then this MPU is obviously just connected to the pins here, and these are the foot pads, and you can see I've just made them really just plugs rather than screw them down or solder them every time. You can just plug them out and then just plug them back in. So the Pro Micros works. And I figured out the problem why my boards were dying is that because while it was being powered from here or from the VESC, I was trying to program it with a USB connection, and for some reason either the USB pulled too much current in to the computer, or it supplied too much current into the boards, and that's how the USB to serial communication died on all the boards. And so there is a tip for you guys. If you're programming it, just disconnect your power supply and do it. It'll save you a lot of time, it'll save you a lot of boards. So I've just got the board hooked up here to my dining table chairs. Nothing fancy. This is a switch which we're gonna turn on, and you can see the voltage on the VESC is 41 volts. It's almost full. That's good. And you can see the Arduino come on, right, and it's waiting for a signal on the foot pads to make this thing run, just like that. Alright, so since the Arduino is not connected, we're gonna it's not glued down, we're gonna control the movement by our hand. So I'm gonna apply some force with this hand and then control it. So you can see the UART is working really well. It's responsive. It's a little more noisy than PWM, but it's responding well. But the problem with UART is that it's not reliable. So sometimes all of a sudden it will just stop responding. Right now it's doing fine, but you never know when it's just gonna stop responding. Sometimes it just stops responding. If I do something crazy like that, it stops responding, and then it just picks up. I don't know why it's so noisy though. I mean, I did try UART before and it wasn't that noisy, but right now it's just too noisy. And it's lost communication again, and it's picked up communication again. Yeah, that's the only thing bothering me right now. It just loses communication for a second. I don't know why it does that. Could be the delays in my code. Might have to add more delay or take out some of the delay that I have added. Yeah, those were my experiments, over the past 1 month. It's been frustrating. I have fried a lot of boards, but it's all worth it because I kept learning something every time I fried something. And you can see my desk is a mess. I've got broken boards everywhere. I've got a big box of broken boards which has grown tremendously. Broken power supplies, broken Arduinos, broken MPUs. But we seem to be doing just fine right now. Alright guys, let's hope we can make this work. And I'm gonna bolt everything down, optimize my code a little bit, so find out the problem, why it's losing communication sometimes. Other than that, I think it should run fine. And hopefully in the next video we're gonna go out, do some really nice testing, and ride the OneWheel. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you're having fun building your own OneWheel. See you next time.